Hey guys, it's time for my March wrap up! And I did not read very many books in the month of March. I just wasn't feeling it this March. I don't know what it was, but I had spring break, so I had plenty of time to read, but I just didn't read. So here's to a better month of reading in April. Yes! The first book that I read is Unravel Me by Tahereh Mafi. If you have not heard of the Shatter Me trilogy, I don't know where you've been. Probably living under a couple books or something. I don't know. But this book has been floating around BookTube for quite some time now. This is the sequel to Shatter Me, and let me just say, it is a huge step up from Shatter Me. I really enjoyed Shatter Me, but it didn't necessarily blow me away. Unravel Me just did it for me. It was a fantastic sequel. Anyways, if you don't know anything about this book, it's about a dystopian society and it follows this girl named Juliet who has a lethal touch. So if she touches people, they just like freak out and die if she holds on for too long. But yeah, that's what this trilogy is about. It's really interesting, a lot of fun. I think my favorite thing about this trilogy is the characters. The characters are just so good, and they just have so much depth, and they're so hilarious and fantastic. My favorite character of all time is Kenji, and I think he might be like one of my all-time favorite literary characters. I don't know yet because I haven't finished Ignite Me, but he's just so good, he's hilarious, and he's a fantastic friend. He's definitely my favorite character in this trilogy. I ended up giving Unravel Me a 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I read is The Spectacular Now by Tim Tharp, and basically this is about a senior in high school named Sutter, and his life is just kind of messed up. He meets this girl named Amy, and she kind of is very innocent and lets people step all over her, and so Sutter takes it upon himself to make her his mission, and he wants to help her become a stronger woman, I guess you could say. I had really mixed feelings about this book. While I liked how raw and real the characters felt, the main character really bugged me, and I kind of hated him a little bit, but at the same time, I felt bad for him throughout the story, so it was just very mixed feelings. The one thing that I really liked about this book is how real it felt. The characters were very real, the experiences that they went through were very real and very true to the high school experience. And I think that some authors shy away from being too honest in books when it comes to high school experiences. So it was refreshing to kind of have this story that was just very honest and true to what a high school experience is like. So I really appreciated that about the book. I think I ended up giving this book a 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think it's more of a 3.5. So if this book sounds interesting to you, pick it up, but I'm not going to necessarily recommend it because it didn't wow me in any way. And then I read Panic! By Lauren Oliver, and I really enjoyed this book. If you haven't heard what this book is about, I feel like I've said this in like 5 videos now. Panic is about this town called Carp, and basically it is just dead boring. Nothing happens in this town except for this crazy game called Panic that happens every summer to kind of just make things more exciting, I guess. And basically, if you play Panic, you have the chance of winning like 60 grand, a little bit more than that, which is a lot of money, but when you are reading this book and you find out what happens during Panic, you question whether the money is worth playing the game Panic. This book was really interesting, and going into it I thought that it was going to be a mix of like Divergent and Hunger Games just set in a contemporary setting, but it was definitely nothing like that. It was nothing like I expected it to be. I will say that the characters felt a bit dry to me throughout this story, and I had a hard time having a connection with any of them and really caring for any of them. But overall, I really enjoyed this book. The Panic games themselves are so intense, let me tell you, so intense, and I can't even, I don't think that I would ever be able to play Panic. No. Never ever. If you want to see more of my thoughts, I did do a review on this book, a review and discussion, and I will leave a link to that in the down bar, so go check that out. So those were all the books that I read in the month of March. Oh man, I need to pick up my reading game in the month of April. I'm gonna read all the books. I'm gonna try to at least. It's gonna be a busy month. Last full month of school, guys. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know down below what books you read this month, or if you have read any of these books, let me know your feels. I want to know your feels. Anyways, I will see you guys soon with a new video. Later!